Hello, my friends, and welcome back. It is year 12, week number 594.
Kevinisomoto says, welcome to the vlog.
I'm going to be completely honest with you up top here. This has not been a good week for me this week. Usually I try to come on here and I want to present something that was inspiring or fun or happy or something like joyous from the week. This week is just one of those weeks where like I did not, everyone has weeks where like they're just not emotionally good for them, and I feel like this was one of those weeks for me. So starting up with the tail end of last week's vlog, I ended that vlog, packed everything up for that night, and then the next morning was my move out from the Airbnb. Okay, my friends, it's the morning of move out. Packed up all my things, and now I am about to head out of here. I didn't talk about this last week, but part of the reason why I decided to extend the stay was while I was here, I started to entertain the idea of possibly permanently living here in New York City. And so this hotel stay was because I needed to buy myself time to still continue working here, but enough free time to find a listing somewhere here to rent, and then, during my spare time, go over, view the listing, and then all the paperwork and everything that's involved with signing a new lease. I found a listing that I really, really liked. I, got into contact with the broker and then scheduled an appointment to go and actually view this place this week. It's raining out here right now. There is an apartment here in Brooklyn that I want to check out. I'm actually checking it out, but right now I just want to walk around the exterior and look at the neighborhood just to really kind of get an idea, just to sort of get a feel for the way the place looks and the neighborhood, what's around the area, down the streets and all that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna walk over there right now and check it out. The apartment itself was super, super tiny, but like the trade-off was that the location that it was situated in was so incredibly good. There's a gym that I really like that's close by. There's shopping areas that are really close by. Lots of good coffee shops, restaurants, bars, all around this little area. I came home, I had all of my paperwork ready to go, all the application, all of the documents needed to sign this lease. And then just as I was about to submit everything this morning, I got an email saying that the place was no longer available. Someone basically went in and swooped it up before I could submit my paperwork. I know that I'm gonna look back at this whole video here in the future and just think like how frivolous this seems, and like, in the grand scheme of things, this is like the biggest non-issue ever. But I think you take all these contributing factors of being in an unfamiliar place, the weather's crappy, being away from people that you know personally and having face-to-face conversations when you're someone who enjoys the camaraderie, the fun of seeing people, the handshakes, the hugs, all this fun stuff. And I think to be away from all that for a long period of time is probably also a contributing factor. And then to add on to all of that, it's this idea of, I kind of built up in my mind this week of this possibility of living here permanently, and now knowing that this week's stay in this hotel is coming to an end, which then means, having to continue on, but going back home. I think all of that is just kind of like built up in my mind of making my overall mood down this week. I made a video in like 2015, 2016 where I was expressing how I was feeling at the time. And I feel that exact same way right now, where I just feel very out of sync with my life right now, and I feel creatively uninspired. I feel a little out of touch with my friends lately, and the idea of just kind of being uncertain about, feeling uncertain about how the rest of this year is going to play out in terms of where I'll be, what I'll be up to. I know I want to like find a new place to live soon. I've been living with my parents for a while now, and I feel that it's time to move on and start trying something new with life. But I just feel kind of uncertain about how that's all going to go down. I was setting up the lighting situation for this video, and so this is the light that I normally use. I brought this with me from home, and notice when I turn it on, it shows that it's on right now. It has power, but for whatever reason, it's hooked up to the light, and the light itself no longer works. I think I broke this thing. And so this right here, this whole lighting situation is adding on to my feelings of this week. To cap it all off, my really nice light, I think I broke it. Something that's really important to me about this video project, this vlog thing that I do, over the course of these 1,000 videos, it is very, very important to me that I share the good and the bad of what it is to go through life, you know? And it would be inauthentic of me to fabricate happiness at all times, you know, because that's just not the way things are. And sometimes we have weeks where we're sad or we're mad or, you know, things didn't go our way or whatever. And I think that this is just one of those weeks for me. And I really want to, I'm hoping to turn this around for you next week, give you something fun to watch and maybe something that you expect of me on this channel. Next week, I'll be back in LA, hoping to turn things around. And I hope you have a better next week as well. So I'll see you next week in week number 595.